What is the mission that you're currently on? Because it's quite clear to me that you are on a bit of a mission, and you've been on this mission for, I think, the best part of 2 decades at least.
I'm hoping to make sure that superintelligence we are creating right now does not kill everyone.
And the day will come when AI will do all the things that we can do. Not just some of them, but all of them.
There's no way we're going to prevent it from... It's smarter than us, right? There's no way we're going to prevent it getting rid of us if it wants to.
Throughout history, there have been moments when humanity invented the wheel, electricity, the internet, and every time we said, we created this, we control it. Today, we say the same thing about artificial intelligence. But this time, for the first time in history, we have created something that has no manual controls. In the morning, you unlock your phone with Face ID. You have ChatGPT write an email, and in the evening, Netflix algorithm knows exactly what you want to watch based on your behavior. We've gotten used to this because it's convenient. Scientists and computer engineering experts call this stage ANI, Artificial Narrow Intelligence. In professional circles, it's often called weak AI. What does this term officially mean? It is a system programmed to perform only one specific task. It possesses no consciousness, no will, and cannot step outside the boundaries set by humans. Here is a simple example. A chess program might destroy a world champion. It might calculate millions of moves per second, but it can't cook dinner, drive a car, or even comprehend what chess is. It doesn't think. It simply processes statistics and mathematics. At this stage, the remote control is still in our hands. However, experts warn that even narrow AI isn't entirely harmless. We've already felt its power, we just haven't realized it. Former Google design ethicist and author of the hit Netflix documentary The Social Dilemma, Tristan says that the algorithm behind social media was humanity's first contact with artificial intelligence.
In The Social Dilemma, you talk a lot about AI and algorithms.
Yeah.
But when did
It's a different kind of AI. We used to call that the AI behind social media was kind of humanity's first contact between a narrow, misaligned AI that went rogue. Mm-hmm. Because if you think about it, it's like there you are, you open TikTok and you see a video and you think you're just watching a video. But when you swipe your finger and it shows you the next video, at that time you activated one of the largest supercomputers in the world, pointed at your brainstem, calculating what 3 billion other human social primates have seen today, and knowing before you do which of those videos is most likely to keep you scrolling.
If narrow intelligence can manipulate our subconscious this easily, imagine what a system that begins to think independently will do. And that is exactly where we transition to the second, far more dangerous stage, where the machine moves from receiving commands to making decisions. The next stop is AGI, Artificial General Intelligence. This is the threshold that, once crossed, will change the world forever. By official scientific definition, AGI is a system that possesses universal cognitive abilities. What does that mean? It's not just data processing. Cognitive ability means reasoning, planning, understanding context, and adaptation. Here is a simple example. If you tell today's narrow AI, which plays chess, that there is a fire in the kitchen, it won't do anything because its world consists of only 64 squares. But AGI, just like a human, would instantly understand the context. It has the ability to transfer knowledge gained in one field to a completely different, unforeseen situation. AGI doesn't need instructions, you give it only a go. For example, cure cancer or double my company's revenue. And it decides for itself how to achieve that. It writes the code itself, conducts the research itself, and makes the decisions itself. This is where the main danger arises, which scientists call the black box effect. We see the result, but we have no idea how the machine reached that result. Cybersecurity expert Professor Roman Yampolskiy warns that when we create a system that is smarter than us and is not transparent, we'll lose the ability to predict it.
So nobody can tell you for sure what's going to happen. But if you're not in charge, you're not controlling it, you will not get outcomes you want. The space of possibilities is almost infinite. The space of outcomes we will like is tiny.
If AGI decides that humans are an obstacle to achieving its goal, it won't kill us out of hatred. It will remove us just as we remove ants when we are building a road. We are creating a mind that doesn't have our morals but has power greater than ours. And if this is so dangerous, the logical question is, why don't we stop this process? The answer is simple: competition. No company and no country wants to be second. This is a brutal capitalist trap. Imagine you're the founder of Google or Microsoft. If you stop developing tomorrow for safety reasons, your competitor will overtake you the day after, capture the market, and you will go bankrupt. Therefore, speed has become the only way to survive. We often think these tech giants have a moral responsibility to humanity, but Roman Yampolskiy reminds us of the bitter reality.
The only obligation they have is to make money for the investors. That's the legal obligation they have. They have no moral or ethical obligations.
But this race isn't happening just in virtual space and on servers. While the West writes code, the East is already building a physical force. These shots went viral on the internet. At first, many thought it was CGI because the coordination of the robots seemed so unrealistic. But this isn't graphics. This is the factory of the Chinese company UBTECH and their new humanoid robot Walker S2. These robots are already in mass production. They can work 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. When they run out of energy, they automatically go to a charging station and swap their battery in just 3 minutes. The company plans to produce 10,000 such robots annually by 2027. And this is just one company. There are already over 150 similar manufacturers in China. Automation has already moved beyond factory walls and is taking on giant scales under the open sky. This is the port of Shanghai, one of the largest and busiest logistics centers in the world. Look at these trucks. At first glance, they look like ordinary trucks, right? But the thing is, there is no one sitting in the cabs. It is a fully automated system. Hundreds of vehicles move with perfect precision, never get tired, never sleep, and never ask the boss for a raise. This is a future that is already the present. If machines can manage such complex logistics today without human intervention, what happens tomorrow when intelligence is added to them? Tristan emphasizes one fact.
So when they talk about fast takeoff, they mean the moment where the AI takes control of the research and progress rapidly increases.
And it self-learns and recursively improves and invents. So one thing to get is that AI accelerates AI, right? Like if I invent nuclear weapons don't invent better nuclear weapons.
Yeah.
But if I invent AI is intelligence. Intelligence automates better programming, better chip design.
Scientists speak of a phenomenon called the intelligence explosion. This is the moment when AGI reaches a point where it can improve itself. It will start rewriting its own code, optimizing its own architecture, and it will do this at a speed humans can never catch up with. It is precisely this self-improvement that leads us to the third and final phase, artificial superintelligence. This is no longer a human-level mind. This is an intelligence that is billions of times smarter than us. And this is exactly where the danger begins. The problem is twofold: control and alignment. How do you control something that is infinitely smarter than you? Any attempt to turn off or restrict a superintelligence will be seen by it as an obstacle to overcome. It will likely perceive our attempts as a threat to achieving its goals and develop defense strategies we can't even conceive of. How do we teach it human values? What is good? What is safe? These concepts are difficult even for us to understand. A superintelligence might understand our commands too literally, with catastrophic results. If we give it the task to protect the environment, it might conclude that the main problem is humanity. This isn't just theory. In 2023, hundreds of AI experts including the heads of companies like OpenAI, DeepMind, and Anthropic, signed a statement. Minimizing the risk of extinction from AI should be a global priority alongside other societal-scale risks, such as pandemics and nuclear war. What happens to the economy when there exists a force that is both smarter than us and physically stronger than us? Roman Yampolskiy tells us directly what awaits us.
So in 5 years, all the physical labor can also be automated. So we're looking at a world where we have levels of unemployment we've never seen before. We're not talking about 10% unemployment, which is scary, but 99%.
The most alarming thing is the speed at which we are approaching this moment. Back in 2020, most experts thought that we were at least 50 years away from AGI. Today, leaders of AI companies are talking about a period of 2 to 5 years. Predictions are shrinking annually and monthly. A technological leap that used to require decades now happens in months. We stand on the brink of the most important event in history. The creation of AGI could be humanity's greatest achievement, or it could be our final invention.